found some more trees, and that's all right. The goal is to keep looking up. Don't get so down in the dumps about stuff. This is what I'm doing now because I don't know what else to do. All the, advice from YouTubers and even the starting from the bottom tips don't apply to me. I don't know. The good news is, though, there are a few things that are mentioned that I've already been doing. See, since 2017, I gifted myself with Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, which of course is now X. So that's where a lot of my communication and outreach and connection is. But I mean, I don't go too far with it. I don't set up meetings or anything. I never know what to say, because no matter what, it seems as though somebody's got a license or ownership of words, and they're making stuff up now. Yeah, there are words that didn't exist when I was learning vocabulary and whatnot. Yeah. Anyway, I should put in a plug for Five Guys. I had a good time at Five Guys. The Outer Loop, Louisville, Kentucky location. If you get a chance, visit and tell them Lee said hi. Yeah. And I did a nice survey and everything. Everybody was nice. And, what else? I saw a joke about, something every woman has. And, it can get her anything she wants. And his wife couldn't figure out what it is. It starts with the letter V, and she went in the wrong direction in terms of torso. The answer is voice. I've had my voice my whole life. The only thing anybody ever gives me is better ideas to benefit them. So this is an experiment I'm looking forward to, seriously. I'm making it jitter too much, huh? I'm supposed to hold this thing with two hands because I don't have the setup to put this thing in the position I want it to be in. Anyway, in a couple of days I have a doctor's appointment. Yeah. I need to get a lot more exercise, but it's the attention I get, you know. There are a lot of insecure women in the world, and as soon as they catch wind of a single female somewhere, they automatically presume that the female is somehow connected to why they're so suspicious of their partners. I don't have anything to do with that stuff. Seriously, I will tell a man in a minute, man or woman in a lot of cases, I'm not into jealous maneuvers, you know? It doesn't take much for females to get jealous. My mother's youngest cried on my birthdays. My mother aborted me 9 times. I mean, in terms of where to go with my YouTube channel, there are a lot of options, because there is no one telling women that abortion is delay, not death. And some of us have the ability to remember things we're not supposed to remember. And I didn't need government funding or survey or any of that stuff. I talked to people like a normal human being. I wasn't online, I didn't have recording equipment, and I talked to people. And of course, I ended up working with a young woman who told me she understood what I was saying, because the next person born after an abortion is a completely different person, a different connection. It's not the same relationship a mother has with everybody else. And it's because of that there's an unspoken memory and connection between the two of them. You know, like my birthday is exactly 9 years after the female my mother gave birth to first. And I have her birthday 9 years later. And I don't belong here. My mother felt good about her other three. She did not feel good about me. She drove herself nuts thinking somebody was trying to kill her because she was so guilty about aborting me 9 times. And then when I finally do show up, I remind her of her mother. And I'm thinking that's part of the reason she didn't want me born where I could be with her mother, because I turned out to be the daughter her mother wanted her to be. And then my mother's youngest cried on my birthdays. My mother's older sister took pillows to my face when I was 4 and 5 years old. I met her when I was 3. So, I mean, yeah, people make up reasons. My father was very impatient about stupid people. So I probably got on everybody's nerves hoping to prove I wasn't stupid. But it didn't stop my mother from telling me to learn to be by myself. I was clingy and stifling her. I was 8, okay? And then my father said the older I get, the more stupid I get, because apparently no one knew what to do with what I had to say. Just like now, I'm unemployed and homeless, and nobody wants to hear anything I have to say. And then they say, oh, you need a niche. You need to connect with people. I have been connecting with people. People who don't want me to have a job. I've signed up for 3 different paid training. One for people older than 55 and another for technology. And neither one of them are doing anything with all that data I gave them about myself. And it's just so bizarre, you know? And then they give the impression that you're on your way to somewhere, and you're not, right? I made too much money between March and December of last year. I lost my job 3 days after Christmas last year. And the AARP, which it's not an AARP thing, but that age group is telling me, oh, well, you can't be in the program because of money you're not making anymore. Yeah? You see? That's the kind of thing. And it's the same thing with public assistance. I lost that because of what my income tax return said for a previous year, 2023. And I'm like, but I'm not making that now. So, it's just on and on and on. I don't know what happens to all these people that are losing their jobs, but I don't know what happens to all the money nobody wants me to have. I mean, Jiminy Crickets, how many more decades of my life do I have to dedicate to employment before unemployment is eligible? You know? My unemployment's coming out of state. And I didn't work in that state more than 3 years. I've been in I was born in one commonwealth, and I've been living in another commonwealth for most of my life, and I don't qualify for anything anywhere. It makes no sense. Where I'm getting my unemployment from, I, I don't have an address in that state, so they can't help me with my homelessness. Where I've lived for most of my life, since 1993, I wasn't born and raised here. So I'm not a priority among those who are loyal to those who are born and raised here. And here's the punchline. In 1993, quite a few people approached me wondering why I was here, because so many people wanted to leave. The born and raised people wanted to leave. And I told them I was invited by somebody who was born and raised here. And I'm glad, and I celebrated being here. And I don't care. I don't care about the things people care about. There isn't any help for people who are not willing to do a lot of the things other people make money from so easily, and then run around resenting everybody because they think somebody's judging them, or they don't want to be replaced by anybody, so don't come around looking like new meat because they can't handle the jealousy of pretending somebody wants to take their place. I don't want anything I haven't worked for. I've been working since I was 17 years old, and it doesn't even matter anymore. Nobody cares. I know.